Here's a cherry bowl that was rough turned while it was still wet about 4 years ago. Rough pretty much sums up the entire process because wow, did I have issues. Some of them were good old fashioned boneheaded moves on my part, and others, well, the wood was just too far gone. You can see the massive cracks in the end grain, and the whole bowl's warped like crazy. It's not even close to round. The rim is about an inch higher on the end grain sides. Good times. Anyway, let's see if we can save it. First step, check if whoever rough turned this thing left me enough meat on the bone to get it round again. Turning wet wood is actually super common. It helps the wood dry faster. My turning club even sends out tree alerts when an interesting tree comes down, and then it's like a chainsaw wielding stampede to go grab it. Sometimes people let the wood dry naturally, sometimes they wax the ends to slow the cracking, and sometimes they rough turn it right away to speed things up. This piece? Yeah, it was rough turned, and it cracked like crazy. And after sitting around for years, it got nice and punky too. Super soft and crumbly. I should have stabilized it right away, but no, I thought, nah, it'll be fine. Cue sad music. I decided to fill the cracks with abalone shell fragments, because if you're going to patch a wreck, you might as well make it pretty, right? I slapped some tape on the inside of the bowl, sprinkled in the shells, and drenched it in thin CA glue. You can really see how wonky the rim is. It's like a roller coaster. The sides go up and down. In the final design, I actually kept the warped profile because honestly, it was the only part I ended up liking, and it was kind of cool. After the shells were all secured in place with the glue, I filled the voids with UV resin so it'd be a nice smooth surface when you touch the bowl. Resin and glue alone aren't enough to stop those cracks from spreading. You need to physically hold the wood together. That's where bow ties come in. Staying with the beachy theme, thank you, Abalone, I decided to make custom bow ties, shaped like seagulls in flight. Yep, the laser's working overtime, cutting out the galls, and a custom template I can router them in. Right now, I'm prepping the piece for the router. The masking tape gives the hot glue something easy to peel off later, and the popsicle sticks are my high-tech leveling system. After that, it's just a few router passes, a little bit deeper each time, and voila, our little seagull has a home. Next up, I move the bowl over to the slow turner, mix up some tabletop resin with a splash of green mica powder. I'm spreading it all over the bow ties to fill any gaps or mistakes because, let's be honest, there are plenty. Resin takes about 12 hours to cure, so see you tomorrow. It's the next day and we're back on the lathe. Just need to turn off the extra resin. And right here is where past me should have stopped and gone straight to finishing. But no, past me had other ideas. Bad ones. I decided to thin the inside of the bowl and expose the bow ties from the inside too, which was a terrible idea. Bow ties are supposed to stay sandwiched inside the wood, not floating between crumbling sides. But hey, at this point I already knew I couldn't sell this bowl, so I figured why not have a little fun? Well, instead of fun, I got frustration. As the walls got thinner, a big chunk of the bowl blew out. That's when I admitted defeat and glued it back together to start sanding. Before sanding, I applied some UV resin to the inside of the bowl, hoping it would add a little strength where I exposed the bow ties. I tried sanding super carefully off camera, but nope, another big chunk just gave up and flew off. Honestly, if I wasn't filming this whole bowl would have gone straight to the fire pit. But since you're here, I stuck it out, glued it back again, finished sanding, and finally sealed the wood. Last step, flip it onto the vacuum chuck and clean up the bottom.
Wow.
If you're still watching, seriously, thank you. I know it wasn't my best piece, and while I could blame the wood for everything, I also made some pretty dumb decisions. Still, I'm glad I finished it, even if I'm not thrilled with the result. So, as your reward for making it this far, here are some close-ups so you can see all the glorious flaws.